In comparing the current ratios of two companies, why is it invalid to assume that the company with the higher current ratio is the better company? So, why is it not okay to assume this? Well, when I think about a ratio, I always like to just kind of remember what is that ratio? Well, the current ratio is our current assets as a percentage of our current liabilities. So, current asset divided by current liabilities. So, which of these is a reason that we do not assume higher is better? The first choice says that the current ratio includes assets other than cash. Now, the current ratio includes all current assets. So we would include like accounts receivable, inventory, marketable securities. Now, the current ratio isn't really a measure of our comparison of the composition of our assets. So that's not a good answer. A high current ratio may indicate inadequate inventory. Now, when would we have a high ratio? Well, a high ratio would mean our current assets are higher than our current liabilities. So we would have more current assets. To have a high current ratio, it could mean that we have excessive inventory, not inadequate levels. A high current ratio may indicate inefficient use of various assets and liabilities. So again, when would we have a high current ratio? We just said if we had excessive inventory, if we were holding too much inventory. So if we had invested in too much inventory, that would mean that higher isn't better. A higher current ratio doesn't always mean better performance. What if we also had excessive cash, like we were just holding too much idle cash and not investing it in a productive manner? That would be an inefficient use. Or what if we had too much accounts receivable? What if we were not collecting from our customers or we were not evaluating our allowance for credit losses efficiently? So, all of these are reasons that a high current ratio could mean inefficient use of assets. That is a correct answer. That would be a reason not to assume that higher is better. Now, before we just, click on to the next question, we want to make sure we read the fourth choice. Now, the fourth choice says the two companies may define working capital in different terms. That is not true. Working capital has a common definition. It's the difference between current assets and current liabilities, or the excess of current assets over current liabilities. So again, in comparing current ratios of two companies, why is it not valid or invalid to assume that the higher current ratio is the better company? It's because a high current ratio may indicate inefficient use of various assets and liabilities.